All right, y'all. I'm back with another video. It's your girl, Inspired by Z. How y'all doing today? I hope everybody had a great day. I hope everybody had a great week starting off. Today, Tuesday, y'all. Yesterday was a holiday, and I forgot it was a holiday yesterday. And I hope everybody took advantage of going to the museum for free yesterday to get a little history if your city offered that. At a lot of civil rights museums, they will had free admission yesterday for Dr. King Day. But anywho, let's look at. I just realized that I did not get the right food, y'all. What I ordered is not what I got. I ordered the garlic parmesan wings, and this is not garlic parmesan. It looks like it is lemon pepper wings, but I eat that too, so I'm not gonna complain. And you know how sometimes you go to these restaurants and everything looks so pretty and beautiful on the picture, but when you get it, you like, the tomato ain't even fresh, the lettuce ain't fresh. They had these big old giant burgers on the picture with the bun and the meat thick, the nice crispy grilled bun and the fresh lettuce and tomato. And then when you get it, the burger about that big, about that tall, smushed. But anywho, I just thought about that when oh, I'm supposed to be eating right now. Couldn't resist these fries. But I'm finna pray, then get into the food, and then talk and eat a little bit. Y'all know how I do. I'm just excited today. Lord, thank you for this food we're about to receive. May it nourish our body in Jesus' name. Amen. But I'm so excited today, y'all. And don't know why. It's another beautiful day. And I actually it was an okay weekend, but just been going through some stuff, trying to get my mind off stuff. I said, let me do this video while I'm eating. And let's see. Hope y'all can see I got wings, just wings and some fries, y'all. Eating today. And I wanted to talk about this topic. Let me get this hair out my face. And light. Let me position myself to block it. And I'm down 12 pounds. I ain't even trying to lose weight. But I'm down 12 pounds. I'm so excited. That's probably why I'm excited. But I have been just cutting back. I ain't been eating like I used to eat. But that's not what the topic about. But I'm trying to get on to a healthy weight. So I won't trying to get off my goal is to get off my blood pressure medicine, y'all. I didn't have blood pressure issues until I gained weight. And that's where most of our issues start, is weight gain. Eating the wrong foods and, well, I got wings, but I've been cutting back. So that ranch pretty good, but it ain't cold. It's not cold. Y'all, let me get into this topic. Because I'm guilty sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah, that's lemon pepper wings and not garlic parmesan. Like I asked for. But they fried hard. But as you can see, oh, that's my cameras. The topic is when we listen to when we listen And we so quick to respond sometimes that we do not get what the person is saying. And that's where a lot of miscommunication can come in at, by not listening. Now, especially us women, I'm guilty sometimes that I got to get my point across. I got to get my 2 cents in, especially in some relationships. And I used to have that issue when you trying to get your point across and y'all arguing back and forth. Ain't nobody listening to nobody. Everybody trying to get that last word in. That was the old me. I don't do no argument no more. Ain't no argument no more. Deuces. We arguing that much, I got to go. You ain't the one for me. That's how I feel. But that's a different topic. But these wings taste like lemon pepper mixed with something else. I don't know what they did. It don't taste bad. But I just don't know what the flavor is. I can't put my finger on it right now. But anywho. I don't give me no hot sauce or nothing. But we so quick to respond when someone's trying to tell us anything. And a lot of miscommunication can happen. Because we so focused on, okay, no, I need to tell them what I need to say and get that off my chest before I forget. And then that causes us interrupting them while they're talking. And then they forget what they had to say. And they didn't finish what they were saying. You didn't let them finish. And then you expressing yourself like, well, this is blah, 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 blah. How you try to get your point across. And then they turn around and say, well, that's exactly what I was trying to say before I was rudely interrupted. I was going to say that, but you wouldn't let me finish what I was saying. I know I have heard that. Somebody have said that to me before. Because I wouldn't let them finish talking. I wouldn't let them finish saying what they were about to say. And I was so quick to put my 2 cents in. Ooh, excuse me. And that's why I say a lot of times, if we just listen to comprehend, but not to respond. So quick. Don't be so quick to respond. And that's why our issue come in at effective listening. Somebody can say, my street was paved last night. But if you're so quick to respond to something, you'll turn around and say, cut that person off, not even really listen to them. You just heard the street was paved. You didn't hear their street was paved. And then you turn around and say, no, my street wasn't paved. My street didn't get paved last night. And that's not what they were saying. They said their street got paved last night. But the only thing you heard was the street got paved last night. You didn't hear whose street got paved. And then you trying to argue with them. And they were just saying, no, I didn't say your street got paved. I said my street got paved. You know, little misunderstandings like that. And not listening thoroughly can cause a lot of miscommunication. And a lot of times people pick and choose what they want to hear. And that's not good either. what they call it, selective listening. You only want to hear what you want. Well, you want to listen to what you want to listen to, and block out the rest. And said, I was guilty of that too. I was guilty. I did that same thing a lot when I was younger, especially in my 20s. You couldn't tell me nothing. I didn't want to listen to nothing somebody had to say. Because I was too busy. First of all, I was too busy thinking about what I was going to say that I just missed out on what that person was saying. I was so quick to, well, he's saying this or she's saying that. Let me see what I'm finna say next, and then I'm finna say it. Then you miss out on the whole conversation of what they were trying to explain. And then a lot of times with responding so quick, I heard them say, that's what I just said. But I was so in my mind, focused in my mind, I'm finna get my point across. I'm finna say this, I'm finna say that. Just wait till they stop. Just wait till they pause. I'm finna, go at it. And y'all, we can't be like that. We grown. Like I said, I done got older and I got wiser. And I said, I'm guilty sometimes. I don't want to get that point across, but I'm trying. I'm trying to do better. Well, I'm doing better than I was in my 20s. Because I listen more now than I do speaking. Because a lot of times, like I said, that's miscommunication. As is, and then lack of communication because you're not communicating effectively, basically. And then that person getting mad, you getting mad. I mean, that's where a heated argument can come in at. So we have to listen to what a person is saying completely without interrupting. I know it's hard sometimes. We do want to get our point across. Just like they want to get their point out. We can miss a lot of information. And not even just arguing. Just trying to converse back and forth with somebody just on anything. Talking to friends. Talking to your spouse. It can be a lot of misunderstanding over a conversation because somebody didn't listen. That's all I'm saying. That little piece right there gonna get on my nerves. But that's where a lot of arguments come in at, because nobody's listening to each other and everybody trying to get their point across and everybody trying to put their 2 cents in. But listening, and what they say, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. We need to listen more. We need to listen more. Do more listening than anything. I said, these wings good, but I can't put my finger on what that extra spice is. It's lemon pepper and something else. That's why I'm like, what is this? Like the lady wasn't listening at the window when I said garlic parmesan. I don't know how I ended up with lemon pepper and something else. She wasn't listening. All she heard was 6-piece. I got my 6-piece. But I said it's good. I just don't know what the extra spice is. Seasoning. But I had to learn, because a lot of times especially in my 20s, a lot of times just trying to converse with somebody ended in an argument. Because one, I wasn't listening to what they were saying. I didn't want to listen to what they were saying. And that's how a lot of people are. We don't want to listen to what you're saying. How we, in our mind, we right. So I'm not about to listen to you. Because I already had it out. And whatever you got to say is wrong. That's how I was thinking in my 20s. Ain't nothing you saying is right now. Ooh, excuse me. That's soda. I really don't supposed to be drinking no soda though, for real. But that's how, I got to learn. And once I learned to listen more as I got older, a lot of times they had valid points. And that's what we missed out on. The valid points that somebody was trying to tell us, or just even, like I said, a lot of times what that person was saying, they were like, I'm saying the same thing you're saying. But our thoughts are on tunnel vision. And our words are on tunnel vision, because it's like you focus on one thing and one thing only, and you blocking out the rest. You blocking out what they're saying, so you can go on and get what you want out. And many times I heard, I'm saying the same thing you saying. I'm saying the same thing you saying. I'm just saying it in a different way. And I'm thinking, I'm like, well, dog. And then I'm like, well, shoot. Now what the comeback is? I ain't had no comeback. When somebody said, I'm saying the same thing you saying. But I was so razzled, dazzled, and frazzled about what they were saying. I'm finna get my point out. And they were saying the same thing I was saying. If I was listening, instead of trying to respond so quick. And like I said, that's what happened a lot of times. We so quick to respond that we don't listen to everything all the way through of what somebody's trying to say. That's how a lot of people fall out. That's how friends fall out with each other. How somebody not listening. Or somebody gonna get tired of that one day. All that going back and forth. It get tiring. I said all that end up leading to arguments. Unnecessary arguments. Because people don't want to listen. I said, I'm doing way better than I did in my 20s. I said, in my 20s, it was, ain't no compromising. It's either what I say, that's it. Even though somebody was saying the same exact thing I was saying. And then I took it as being, well, then I got defensive because I'm like, oh, can't be like that. I said miscommunication can lead to misunderstanding. It can definitely lead to arguments. Unnecessary arguments. And that's one thing. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm just burping all over the place. Just unnecessary stuff. That's why I said I had to learn. The older I got, Sometimes I catch myself slipping. I'm like, I'm not listening to what this person's saying. But I don't argue. And when I catch myself, I end up being like, oh, okay, let me just be quiet for a second and see what they're saying to make sure that we're on the same page. Because like I said, a lot of times it's misunderstanding because we're not listening. And then a lot of times, like I said, we have that selective listening where we want to hear what we want to hear and not that person's whole valid point. And then we want to be so quick to respond. We can't be like that all the time. Instead, I had to learn. Now when somebody say, if I slip and do it, and they say, well, that's what I'm trying to say, I'm like, oh, okay, I apologize. I was in the wrong because I mistook what you were saying. So I apologize. That's how I am now. The woman I am today is totally different than the woman I was in my 20s. Because like I said, now when somebody pointed out that that's the same thing I was saying, and this is what it is, and this is how it is, and blah, 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 blah. Because I wasn't listening, because I chose not to listen to what that person was saying. Because I was so quick to try to get my words together. But now I stop myself. In my mind, I'm like, okay, just be quiet for a second to see what this person is really saying. And then if it's something that they're saying that I don't understand, or something that I'm thinking they're saying, I go back and say, well, okay, is this what you're talking about? Are you trying to say blah, 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 blah? And they say yes. I'm like, okay, I understand. Then I respond. Because sometimes we have to breathe a little bit, be quiet for a second, let that person finish talking without interrupting to see what they're actually saying, and then respond. But I try to make sure I'm understanding what they're saying first before I respond. Because sometimes they can be talking about apples and we're talking about oranges without fully understanding what the conversation is really about. Because sometimes you can get so deep into a conversation where you miss things. And so that's why I say I have to be like, okay, well, do you mean this? Or were you trying to talk about this? Or were you saying this? Or were you saying that? And then they say, well, yes. Or they say, well, no, this is what I was trying to say. So it won't be no misunderstanding. This is what I meant when I said blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I got you now. Then I can respond. But see, like I said, a lot of times we don't do that. But say the older I got, I learned. Because now it's like, I'm not going to argue with nobody at all, period. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for it. And I said a lot of arguments back then when I was younger was because of miscommunication. Because I wasn't listening. I can be held accountable because I wasn't listening. I was not listening. Like I said, back then, I was like, no, I'm right. I'm always right. This is that and then blah, blah, blah. But I wasn't. I wasn't. I had to mature. 21, 22, that age, you think you know everything. Can't nobody tell you nothing. You know what I said? Now it's like, I'm listening. Okay, you done? You done? Okay, but this is what I was saying. Because a lot of times some people misunderstand me and what I'm saying. And I had to say, that's not what I was saying. I let them finish ranting and raging or whatever they trying to do. I said, okay, but that's not what I was saying. You mistook me. You didn't understand what I was saying. Because like I said, that person could have missed something because in their mind, they're still, let me think of what I'm saying versus listening to what you had to say. But I'm just trying to, I said, let me get this video out there because a lot of mishaps happen. Especially especially in dating, especially in marriages. And I know women. And that's how a lot of times we want to get our last 2 cents in. We don't want you to have the last word. That's how a lot of women are. But I'm mature now and I know better. No, I don't have to have the last say. I don't have to. One, you let that person speak. You say what you had to say. That's it. That's how I feel now. Like, you said your part, I said my part. I'm not finna go back and forth. And I'm not finna put my 15 cents in like I used to do when I was in my 20s. It ain't no last word. They said that's their opinion. If that's how that person feel, you cannot change how a person feel. You cannot change how, especially when it comes to like different topics about any issues that they might be having. You cannot change the way that person feel about what they have been through. And they're just trying to tell you what's going on with them. You can't go back and say, well, this is what you need to do. This, that, and then, blah, blah, blah. And the only thing they doing is just telling you how they feel. They just wanted you to listen. And then half the time, you so quick to respond back to what they're saying. They're like, that ain't even got nothing to do with what I just told you. Because you wasn't listening. But all right, y'all, that's the video. Like I said, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. He wanted us to listen more and talk less. So that's what we have to do sometimes, especially in our relationships. Because we are not always right. As women, we're not always right. Even though we want to be all the time. We're not right all the time. And we want our man to be like, I want my to hear that we got the last word. But it can't be like that, ladies. And then fellas too. You got to listen to your women. I know we hard to understand sometimes, but listen to your woman sometimes. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth. But anyway, y'all, that's it. That's the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope it helped somebody. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.